This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Ferrero Raffaello ice cream. I bought this for €3.29 at my local Globus, and yeah, this was the last of two packages remaining on the shelves, so I just had to grab one of them. Let's take a quick look at the nutrition table right here. Pause if you want to read that. Let's take a look at the bag. Yeah, looks all nice and good. Let's take a look at the ingredients list right here. Pause if you want to read that. 4 of those ice cream popsicles are in here, and we are going to take a look at them. Let's see. Alright. Overall it seems like a very similar packaging to the Ferrero Rocher ice cream that I had previously, and this of course is the logical successor to the Rocher ice cream, the Raffaello ice cream. Well, let's open up this little package and see how it actually looks. It looks pretty much as expected. Nothing too fancy about it. Rather similar, a bit more yellowy than the one on the packaging, but maybe not even that. I don't know, maybe it's just the lighting. But it looks alright. We've got those cocoa pieces all over it. Got the white chocolate on the outside. Got the branded popsicle right here, and we're going to cut into this to see how it looks on the inside. Let's see. Okay, so at first glance it seems to be a lot more simple than the Ferrero Rocher ice cream that we had previously. Let's see if there's some sort of marmorization or something going on. No, nothing. This is pretty much it. Alright, I did expect something maybe a bit more fancy in there, but so far so good. Let's have a closer look at one of these pieces. Yeah, looks alright, simple. It smells very intensely of cocoa, that is for sure. I don't know if that's the ice cream or just the stuff on the outside, but let's see how this tastes. Almost surprisingly, it tastes exactly like you would a Raffaello that turned into ice cream imagine would taste. That is actually quite interesting. It comes very close to that OG Raffaello flavor. Let's see if the ice cream tastes of something, or if it's just the cocoa pieces on the outside. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, not very eventful, this spoonless. Now the ice cream itself does taste a bit of cocoa, which is nice. Let's see if there's chocolate on the outside, that white chocolate with, or what is it called? White fat glaze or something like that. Yeah, a crunchy fat glaze with cocoa flavor and almond pieces. Yeah, so we've got almond pieces on here as well. It doesn't really want to focus all too well. But with that certain crunchiness and that cocoa flavor, and that very distinctive Raffaello flavor, which is seems to be contained in the glaze as well, it is a sort of white chocolate substitute that I actually enjoy very much. That is interesting and unusual for me. Let's take another spoonful of the ice cream all by itself. Oh, it is getting really messy right here. Doesn't really look all too appetizing now, does it? When we compare the flavor intensity of the base ice cream on the inside and the glaze on the outside, I've got to say that the glaze on the outside certainly plays much more into the overall flavor than the inside, which is something that is expected with this sort of flavor profile. But overall, both of these components of this particular ice cream popsicle do have the overall flavor in them, which is interesting. Sometimes you've got some sort of, task separation where some ingredient supplies a certain amount of something and then the other complements it with something completely different. And this one right here, they're both working together quite well. So I'm going to finish this off now, and I'll be back with you in just a second. The consumption process is now complete, and I think we are ready to, well, rate this particular ice cream and see how it ends up in the rating on a scale from 1 to 10. Now the first impression was decent. It looked good, very similar to what is displayed on the package. The packaging itself, everything looked nice. Very decent first impression overall. Also when we cut it open and nothing looked off in any way. It looked very much as expected. Color-wise, same story, nothing off color, everything looked decent and tasty enough, I guess. Consistency and texture-wise, this is something that I'm actually a bit surprised by, because when it comes to that, it is a lot nicer than I expected. And that coconut consistency we had nicer, crunchier, like fat glaze on the outside, which I guess is that white chocolate stuffy that you've got in the Raffaello themselves. The ice cream itself was creamy enough, not like as creamy as it could be maybe, but this one right here is quite cold. It comes right out of the freezer, so depending on where you get it, how cold the freezer is, and how long of a time you give it before you actually consume it, your mileage might vary a little bit. Taste-wise, I can give almost full points. It wasn't the most perfect of experiences, I got to say, but all the base flavors were there, and it was coming very, very close to the actual Raffaello, or at least to the thing that has ingrained itself as a Raffaello in my memory. I don't really have Raffaellos too often, so I do not really have a side-by-side comparison at this point in time, but judging from what I've tasted now, it comes very close to what I do remember. Demineralization-wise, therefore, we can also give the full point. Everything looked as it should. It tasted very decently, and the coconut stuff is there. Almond pieces are there. Although the almond pieces, I didn't really taste them all too well, which is a bit unfortunate. They got overshadowed quite a bit by all the rest of the stuff, I guess. Consistency-wise, they played a bit into that though, so yeah. Demoralization-wise, a full point in that. All in all, that gives us a total rating of 9.5, and I think it is time to end this particular video. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.